Once there was a king who wanted his people to pursue their passions and grow their skills. He provided them with education, security, jobs, and money so that they could focus on what they loved and not worry about their livelihood. Most of the people appreciated the king's generosity and took advantage of his offer, but some people were lazy and pessimistic. They only saw problems and excuses. One of them was king's old friend. He always complained about how hard it was to make money and find a better job. He never tried to learn anything new or improve himself. One day, the king invited his friend for breakfast at the palace. The friend repeated his usual complaints. The king asked him why he didn't learn new skills to qualify for better jobs. The friend rudely said he had no time for that. It's simple for you to say and disapprove of me because you were born wealthy and are the king. The king smiled and challenged him to a test. He told him he could go to the treasury and take as much wealth as he wanted, but only until sunset. The friend agreed, thinking it was his lucky day. But instead of going to the treasury right away, he decided to celebrate first. The king made an effort to calm down his friend by reminding him of his time limit and told him that the time is valuable and how we use it can make a huge difference in our life. But his friend assured the king, "Don't be alarmed. More than enough time is available. First, we must celebrate." "I feel you have a problem with selecting priorities, not with discovering opportunities," the king continued, pointing out what his friend had just said. "Do however you please." He drank wine with the king and everyone in the palace. He went home and told his wife the good news. They drank more wine and ate until they fell asleep. He woke up in the late afternoon and realized he had little time left. He grabbed some bags and headed to the palace. On his way, he saw a magician performing tricks. He was curious and asked him to show him how he did them. He promised to pay him later when he came back from the palace. He spent another hour watching the magician's tricks. Then he noticed that the sun was about to set. He panicked and ran to the palace. But when he got there, the gates were already closed. He demanded to see the king, but the guards refused to let him in. He shouted and made a scene until the king came out. The king came to the gate and reminded his friend about the time limit and the importance of setting priorities. The friend got angry and said the king tricked him into wasting time. The king calmly explained that he had given his friend a life-changing opportunity and advised him to use his time wisely, but he had failed the test. He said that he had a problem with setting priorities and not with finding opportunities. The friend went home with a different kind of treasure, a valuable lesson. He and his wife started to prioritize their time and seized opportunities that came their way. They consequently experienced fortune. Time is a limited and priceless resource. Spending it foolishly can result in missed chances and regrets. Yes, it is valuable, and how we use it can make a big difference in our lives.